Guess the Boro Fan TV. I'm outside the Riverside. I have Ryan with me. Ryan withdrew 1-1 with Derby County. Personally, I feel it's a well-earned point.
Well, considering after 20 minutes I thought we should be 5-0 down, you can say we got lucky, and yeah, it was a lucky point, let's put it that way. I think Derby showed us how to play football in the first half hour. They were playing it.
I don't want to big them up, but I don't think I've seen a team knock it about like that since Arsenal were here in the pump.
The lads who I was sitting with, even first 5 minutes went. It's only 5 minutes in, but I haven't seen a team pass the ball about this comfortably in a long time. And I said before to you, I think Derby are arguably the best team in the league on paper and on their day. And today, I think they were very unlucky to not get 3 points. But we'll talk about our point of view. 5 at the back didn't work for us today. I think that's why we had to change it. Even though McNair went right wing, we had to change it because, like I said, first 20 half hour we were getting battered. There was just so much space in the middle for them to play with. And we were so lucky not to be 4-0 down, 5-0 down.
You've got to give Pulis credit. He's seen what was going wrong and he changed it.
Change it, but I felt, although it's harsh, it could have been a bit more brave. I think playing McNair right wing, come on. I mean,
he could have made a change there, and then he could have brought Braithwaite on, couldn't he?
4-3-3, you've got to bring Braithwaite on, or Sam McQueen. You can't play McNair on right wing. You're not going to create anything on that side. We were relying heavily on Downing again today, and he wasn't on it today. We were lucky to get a goal. I mean, their lads half volleyed it in the back of the net. Great finish. I mean, we'll take it. George Friend for their goal, side front, and some good finishing on display at the Riverside finally. Just not in the right goal, but again, we haven't scored a goal on our side in 4 home games now. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough. And although we are currently top of the league, when this video goes out, we will not be top of the league, and we won't stay there if things don't improve at home. I said it on Tuesday night. Our home form recently has been dire. It's been dire, and it was again today. Although Derby were a good side, Derby looked like the home team for the first.
I think that was. They looked like the home team because I think that was Pulis's thinking to invite them onto us, and for us to do to them what we've done to the likes of Sheff Wednesday.
Yeah, but when Derby, knock the ball about so well, they're not going to make many mistakes. In the second half, they did start to open up a bit, but I think that's because we had to come out. But first half, Derby fans will be fuming that they haven't gone on with 3 points today. I know I would be personally. If I saw Boro putting a performance like that away from home, I'd be thinking all the way home, how have we not come on with 3 points? Like you say, I don't think I've seen a team play that good football at the Riverside in a long time. But we'll have to move on now. Got a tough Capital One.
Like you say, the positives are, Ryan. Yeah. We're still top of the league at the moment.
We are, yeah.
We still haven't been beaten. No. 2 points out of 6. But it's kept us up there.
Yeah, it's a tight league though. I mean, there's only 6 points separating top from mid-table. If we don't start and get wins, other teams will get wins, and we'll slowly go down. And you don't want to get caught in mid-table in a playoff battle like we did last season, because I think if we only reach the playoffs again this season or struggle to get in the playoffs, I think that there could be riots. I think there could be riots in the stand because we've spent money. We're not playing great football. I mean, we're top and fans are still not happy. We're still sort of disjointed with the way we're playing. It's not even 50-50. The majority of fans are not happy with what we're seeing right now, even though we're getting results. Fans aren't happy with it, and you have to keep the fans happy. We pay the money, and when you don't get results to go along with the bad performances, fans are going to call for your head, and we know Pulis isn't going to change his way. That's the thing. He's not going to come out and play expansive football like Derby did today, or like Barcelona and Real Madrid. We're not that type of team. We don't have the players to do that. But what we've got to do is just try and pick up a bit of form now after our cup game. Go back into the league, pick up a bit of form, because when one form, we're a good side. You saw in August we won good form and we were playing good football. I think we've got the sort of team where if it's not clicking, it's not going to work at all. We have to be on form if we're going to beat teams, and so now it's about keeping that form up. January is the big thing this season. January has to be. We have to do something. We have to have the best transfer window of our lives. Because if we don't, I think we'll struggle to make playoffs. Honestly, we need to bring in a winger. We need to bring in another full-back and probably a number 10. I saw Luke Freeman play last night for QPR, and I know we win from in the summer. We should go in for him again. I think he would sort this team out in an attacking sense, but just not good enough again today. And the title from my last video was 2 on the trot. This is 3 on the trot now. I've come out of that Riverside and been fuming with our team, but we'll take a point. A point is better than nothing in this game.
Ryan, thanks for coming on Boro Fan TV. Guesty, Boro Fan TV, I'm outside the Riverside. I have Josh with me. Josh, we've drew 1-1 with Derby County. I don't know how we've managed that today, mate.
No, I don't know. I don't know how we've managed it either, to be honest. The first 45 minutes, I'd say, was forgettable, to be honest, for us. They were all over us. They knew the game plan, and we just sat there and let them penetrate us non-stop.
They just pulled us from pillar to post, Josh, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, teams are coming here and they already know what Boro are going to do. So it's easy to figure out what we've got our game plan is, and they've come here today, they've set out to attack, they've done it, they've got the goal, and they've done it all the way up to where we've equalised, basically.
There's keeping possession, then there's keeping possession like Derby did, which was really entertaining to watch, you know what I mean? We are slow, methodical, where Derby, when they had that ball for that first 20 minutes, we never touched it, but it was pinging all over the Riverside.
Yeah, they were always passing to the feet of each players, and you know what I mean, when we passed it, it was straight back to their players, and they'd carry on their passing possession, and we'd get it back, and then we'd give it them back, and I just couldn't see what was going on. I mean, it's not hard to get a pass to another player and just keep it nice and slow, like they were doing against us, and then just get that ball into the box. That's all we want.
Pulis changed it. Like you say, they went 1-0 up and they could have had another 2 or 3, and Pulis changed it. He dropped Dale into right back, pushed McNair on into the midfield, and that seemed to stiffen us up a bit, Josh, you feel?
Yeah, I'd say we looked a bit stronger. I wasn't happy with McNair from the first 5 to 10 minutes. I'd say I didn't want him on the pitch. I think we should have just made a sub straight away because he was awful. But with his tactics then, Pulis, we did look a little bit stronger and we looked a bit more like we wanted it. But yeah, it's a good point.
He was, like you say, Pulis with all our experience, all these seasons in this league and the Premier League, and the young upstart, Frank Lampard, showed him a lesson there today, didn't he, how to play football? Oh
yeah, easily. He's come here, I mean, he's been playing all his life and he's just turned up to the Boro and he's said, right, this is how we're going to do it. Why don't you have a watch, Pulis, and I'll teach you a few bits. We'll have a drink of wine after and I'll give you some tactics for your next game. Because they played brilliant, Derby, and it feels horrible to say, but yes, they played amazing.
I felt our back four, I thought Flint had a good game today, but most of all, our keeper, Randolph, outstanding.
Yeah, Flint, he played well, and I mean, we've said it week in, week out now that Darren's doing it for the team. He's the one who's keeping the points in for the Boro, and yet again, he's pulled off some magnificent saves to stop them from getting a cricket score, I'd say. But yeah, Flinty, Ayala, Fry, it's good to have him back in the squad, so he's doing well in the back.
I've heard a little story that Sambulonga just went straight down the tunnel when he came off.
Yeah, from what I was hearing, I could hear people saying he went straight back down the tunnel. I mean, that's not what we want to see. You know what I mean? If you've played crap, come out to the fans, clap the fans that have come here to pay the money to watch you, and then prove it to us that you want to be in a Boro shirt next Wednesday. You know what I mean? Don't start sobbing just because you've had a bad game. You know? So what? You've had a bad game. You've got the next game to do it. Get out there and prove your worth in that shirt, because we've paid all that money for you. Stop being a wimp.
And I've got to mention it, we're top of the league for the next couple of hours, Josh.
Yeah, top of league, so hopefully Forest go and stuff the dirty scum, and we'll be there for another weekend, hopefully.
Josh, thanks for coming on Boro Fan TV. Guesty, Boro Fan TV, I'm outside the Riverside. We've drew 1-1 with Derby County. I have Owen with me. Owen, we've drew 1-1 with Derby County, mate, somehow.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, you know, it's not too bad. But when you watch the performance, you just think, how the hell did we get a draw out of that? You know, they absolutely dominated us first half, and you just think, how did we end up with a point out of that? They could have easily beat us 3-4-0, and that's only in the first 45.
Their midfield's everything ours, isn't it? There's movement, there's pace, there's direction, and there's thought. Do you know what I mean? They're so skillful.
Yeah, you know, like they can shoot for one thing and crossing. The problems today for me started at goal kicks. You know, we must have had about 11 goal kicks. Not one of them went to a lad in a red shirt, and that's when you got to ask questions. If we can't take goal kicks, what are we actually doing right?
Like you say, we were getting overrun in the midfield first half. Pulis changed it. He put Dale Fry into right back, pushed McNair on, so we went to 4-4-2. That seemed to stiffen things up again, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, I've watched Derby pretty much every game that they've played on Sky this season, and they played Sheffield United, who play with the 3 or 5 at the back, however you look at it. They played on Wednesday night. Was it with I can't remember who they played. West Brom.
Yeah.
They play with the same 3-5 at the back, and they absolutely dominate because it plays into their hands. And you know, Pulis, because the commentator even mentioned it on Wednesday night. That you know, playing 3 at the back against Derby, you're digging your own grave there. So you'd have thought he'd look at that and think, right, today we're not going to play 3 at the back, we're going to play 4 at the back, be steady, because we know they can't play against that.
So Lampard's only been in the job 2 minutes, and to be getting the team to play like that, fair play to him on.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got a talent there, coming in for a couple of matches and then getting a team that plays that good at football. But one thing that I would say I'm disappointed with is the amount of dirtiness that he brings to the team. You know, when we had a throw in, George Friend was going to take a throw in right in front of Lampard. He was stopping him from taking it. No need in that. Absolute no need in it.
And quick mention for Darren Randolph, man of the match display again.
Yeah, he made good saves, kept us in it, definitely. You know, the minus point I said about the goal kicks, but, you know, I think we need to work on that. Britt can't really do it up front, is another thing that I would say.
Do you feel we don't play the right system for Britt Assombalonga?
Yeah, he knows where the ball wants it, but we can't provide that for him. But why he doesn't say anything, if he doesn't say anything in training, like, we don't know because we don't go there. But you know, you would think they would work on that every week, and they would, you know, get Britt to say something. Look, this is where I want the ball to be. You do that, or you're not good enough. Because, you know, at the end of the day, a through ball is easy in football, and it should be for people who are getting paid, professionals who are getting paid to do that, to pick a pass, and they can't do it where every other team seem to. I mean, we've seen it on Tuesday night with Rotherham. They can do it. They're going to struggle in this league. We're meant to be Premiership standard. Why can we not pick out a pass?
Owen, thanks for coming on Boro Fan TV. Guess the Boro Fan TV, I'm outside the Riverside. We've drew 1-1 with Derby County. I have Joe with me. Joe, better point than Tuesday night?
Points better than nothing, mate, that's for sure. I was fearing throughout the game we were going to go on a huge downward spiral after this, but it's just a story of own goals, really. Obviously, friend for them, and obviously Bogle for us. It's like a tale of 2 own goals, like a tale of 2 halves. That's all I can say. But we need to improve at home drastically. I guess, you know, I mean, we haven't won at home now for like these 4 or 5 games.
But we've broke our duck now. We've broke its back. We're back on the sheet again today, Joe.
Yeah, we broke the goal duck, that's for sure. But got to do better now. Got to save with the cup coming up against Palace Tuesday night. Good and needed a big improvement against the Premier League Cup, even though we love a cup run. Hey, anything's possible, you know. But when we go to Stoke next week, I mean, our away form's going to be our key, really, you know. Particularly like what we have done previous away games. But I would have to say, though, like Tony Pulis said in previous interviews, you have to give 100% for this club. If you don't give 100% for this club, you got to go. And there's a couple of players, I'm not naming names, but a couple of players today should fit the bill of why you should give 100% for this club if you want to play for this club. And so far, a couple of them didn't fit the bill today, I guess, I must admit.
Darren Randolph did, mate.
Well, Darren Randolph certainly did, you know. After they scored, you know, he redeemed himself, pulled off a couple of world-class saves, particularly from Harry Wilson. So all I can say about us, we just have the look of the Irish in Daz, that's for sure.
Joe, thanks for coming on Boro Fan TV.